History Month, 2017. I'm bringing this presentation so that to connect the pieces of history of the past to the present. While on social media, I had seen something posted of a blueprint. The blueprint was seeking donations for the Nation of Islam. The goal would be to acquire donations of the purchasing of lands. I am all for that. I'm not here to bash anybody's plans and goals. I'm for it. Make that no doubt. But even in being for it, all I'm trying to do is add some type of amendment that might be helpful to the cause. Many times, donations or tithes just isn't enough to sustain longevity of commerce. The elders of the Nation of Islam have already laid foundation in the area of culinary arts. The area of culinary arts is simply missing totally. The bean pie, the peach cobbler, the white fish. These products would make you more money under the area of commerce than what you could ever solicit for donations under a long-term commerce. The structure of commerce, there can only be one in the culinary art field, being the head chef. Now, the head chef has to establish relations with whoever is working for the goal of the product. He has to establish a relation. These things bring unity towards the goal of the product, being culinary. If you use the foundations that has already been laid under any kind of grandfather clause, these things must start to be something to be considered. You need monies. I would like to see you work and earn. And in return, you will have something to give to the people as they give you what you need for your big picture of your goals. Having land, and it's a self-fueling system, being here in America, the richest land on earth, but yet somehow we've abandoned the basics. These products should have been nationwide by now in the 21st century. I don't know what happened. I cannot fix history. History is history. This will be history when you start to work together to apply a product. That alone is the basics of trying to unite towards something. These were in every mosque, had a cafe off to the side. I mean, does anybody remember these things that I'm speaking of? You've abandoned the basics of economics. You never sell your cash cow. You never do that. So I don't know what happened, but I'm here to bring back something from the past that is good. It doesn't matter what faith you are. To eat from these cafes of the Nation of Islam that have disappeared, you need to re-emerge as a national food chain in the area of culinary arts. What is a black person's entree? What? You had it, but for whatever reason, it got abandoned. I'm saying to you, with your blueprint, not taking anything away from your blueprint, but I would strongly suggest that you get with these elders, get with the women, the sisters, and let them guide you to areas of marketing. The bean pie, the peach cobbler, the white fish. The list is long. We're not going to just, brainstorm here on what products once was. You know what the products once was. Bring those products back, and you never have to worry about a donation. It just seems like to me, I could be wrong, but all these national food chains have shunned you. You really have been discriminated against why your products haven't reached the stores. So there's so much work with little money. We're not speaking of a lot of money to make a pie. If you have the ingredients, the essence of the product is right there to make you your money. If you're willing to work, work is very important. You could have all the money, but without the labor, I'm saying manpower is a real power. You don't have to go with all machinery. Understand how economics with labor are all coincide. A Jew has dishes made, entrees, pre-packed. His faith requires him to eat a certain diet. But yet these products that the Jewish people make are coast to coast. That is commerce. Why have you not competed? And I don't even want to use the word compete. It's just a given here in America. Everything is competition. Everything. There's nothing wrong with thinking that because you're marketing within your faith, many people, they sell crosses, all kinds of items. The list is yay long. I don't have to go through those. There is nothing wrong with that. If you really want to know why I am the way I am and speaking the way I am, because you're very close. You're very close on something, but I don't see the work ethic behind it. I hear a very good idea, but if you apply yourself more towards lowering the scale of what you're looking for the ultimate goal of millions of dollars, I guess, you will see that your idea could be downsized to a 5-pound bag of flour, a couple of cans of apples. You see, sugar. These companies, because you are a nonprofit group, will donate the items to get you off the ground and making your product. Yes. If you have the ingredients, you have the funds to go into the next level. In other words, let's try to make sure we're putting the horse before the cart. You see, you want to put the horse out first before the cart. You see, not trying to take anything away from your ingenious idea. But I will always remember the elders and the foundation that they laid. You cannot fault me for that, to bringing this to you, not with my ideas, but with foundation already laid. To me, it's already been done. All you have to do is rejuvenate yourself with effort of work. Monies, it takes a lot of monies to sustain a business. Somewhere cost factors are going to come into play. Learn manpower. Yeah, we can go black power, but that ain't what I'm talking about. Who is really willing to work? Taking off your suit and tie and gloves. See, I'm not talking about going to get no contractor. I'm talking about you. Yes, the people who are wearing these suits and ties. Look here, I will work you. That is what you need to show the people. By example, you're willing to work. Not talk, that's work too, but put the physical behind it. Once you put the physical behind it, everything can manifest. Who is down for working? Make sure you know the difference between those who are just talking versus those who are willing to get their hands on something. Grabbing the bull by the ring, getting their ducks in a row. You are really close to doing what I would like to see the Nation of Islam be the front runner in commerce. There's nothing wrong with that. The separation between church and state, yes, we understand these things. We're fast forwarding. You put the blueprint out. This is your gift from the past doing Black history to inspire you to recognize the elders have laid foundation for all types of products. These products, all you need to do is bring them back. Let these products be your way of showing the people and the companies. This makes good relations. And you're going to find out the simplest goal in making a pie, who going to be the one trying to argue over who going to make the pie? There can only be one. And you'll all find great laughter and joy recognizing to get behind somebody that's making the pie. It could be just that simple as bringing family, church, mosque, synagogues, whatever you got. Everybody has a product that they rely on within their faith to keep things going. It's nothing wrong with that. See, I think what happened is people are starting to get a little fearful that certain items shouldn't be sold through religious means. Stop thinking that way. Just stop. Everything has to, we have to recognize the realism. The realism is very simple. Nothing can sustain lights, gas, without some basis of finance and commerce. Commerce is very important. Do not put the cart before the horse. Okay, make sure your duck is in a row. That's all I'm asking for. And as you learn that, you will learn to see that people will come to you wanting your products. Marketing isn't as difficult. It has to be the day. No other church, no other religious Black organizations can show the history in the area of culinary like the Nation of Islam. All I'm asking you to do is find the people willing to work rather than just simply reaching into their pocket, because as you're just reaching into your pocket, you're going to find out you can't have enough donations to sustain the type of goals that you're always trying to meet. That is the point I'm trying to make to you. So, excuse me, I have pit bulls. They have to stay on their job working, okay? Everybody has a job. He don't know what's going on. He's known as a presentation being put together. Now, we have to come together for one type, simple, common goal. That's all I'm looking to say. Right now, the goal can be, like I said, as simple as a pie. I don't make this difficult. The history will show you that you have sold all of your confectionaries, all of your grocery stores, all of your liquor stores, all of your clothing stores within the Black communities. There's nothing there now but Arab people. That's not to take anything away from the Arab people. I'm simply saying these were black-owned businesses. Today, you sold your cash cow. And the generations from that selling of cash cow, or however that cash cow got dismantled, I cannot fix that. But you could recognize the mistakes that you've made. Okay? We make mistakes, but we just seem to let things just run off a duck's back too easily. We must be accountable for some things. Who did it? Point fingers however way you want to point. That's not important now. Your back's up against the wall. You're asking for something, but you have nothing really to give but the hope of trying to put together some land and some ideas about the land, blah, blah, blah. That takes a lot of work. Try it this way. I would like for you to go to your properties with a spade shovel and dig a garden. Go right ahead. No, the person who's got the tie and the suit, no. I'm talking to those people. When you downsize your blueprint, your business plan, then take some pictures of it. Okay? When it's all done. Because you can enlarge that, sure. But I just want you to feel the work that's necessary, involved, that you must lead the way on. Obtaining the land, look, that's not a difficult thing. Because like I said, there's plenty of vacant lots for the idea that you're talking about could be done right there on that vacant lot. Let me see you take a spade shovel. Better yet, I give you a tiller. Now, work that vacant lot and make that vacant lot productive. Just that alone with one man is a lot of work. But you have to know that with your own hands. Then you'll know how much work is involved getting to where you really want to be, since you acquired all these millions of dollars through donations. You got the money, but now the work comes. And if you ain't got the manpower, I didn't say black power, if you ain't got the manpower to make that vision, okay, you want to go contractors, commerce. But everything now is coming out of pocket. You see, it may come out of pocket no matter how you try to get around it. But if you downsize your goal to a vacant lot, you'll know where you're at. Or you'll know where you're at that point. That is what you need to feel. Now, a lot of people may not agree with me. That's fine. That's fine. I feed a lot of people, though. And in feeding a lot of people, there's one thing I know. If you're not able to recognize the values of seed versus money, let's take one denomination, $100. Would you rather have $100 or would you rather have $100 in seed? Most people would probably say, just give me the $100. And I understand that. But with $100 worth of seed, you've got a lot of seed. And from what it produces will also produce seed, so you will really be able to feed your family for an eternity. Just off that $100, if you're willing to work. Now the man that took the $100, that's just one trip to the grocery store. And what is he right back doing? Looking for $100 to feed his family all over again. So that cycle never really gets him ahead. Not when it comes to trying to deal in commerce. Now, with that being said, we've come a long way with manpower. Come a long way. This I assure you. And it was effective. And it still can be. But in order for you to recognize it, you got to be able to put some of your urban ways down. And we all are urbanized, come on. But find it, recognize it, who's willing to work is necessary, man. You know, that's real talk. It is necessary to find out who's really willing to work. Picking cotton ain't no fun. See, there ain't too many people that can talk about picking cotton. I was a boy, okay? And that was fun, running through the roads. But as you become older, that don't be fun no that ain't no fun no more. You see, okay. But with that being said, it still could be done with manpower. It can be. But that was history. Picking cotton. I'm sure you will disagree with me under the Nation of Islam, who are already speaking against marijuana. Now that is what they're doing. But under state law, there are states that are allowing this. I'm not advocating it. I'm simply saying this is the law. Now you can blame all the people who choose to live the way they do. But it has shown in commerce to be effective. Now that is simply black, no, not black and white. That's, yeah, it's black and white too, but it's red and black, okay? States that were in the red went into the black overnight through marijuana. This is an opportunity that picking cotton, you never really had a chance to get involved with that, because by the time, you know, you were so-called free, you was tricked right up out your land at the same time. So you never really entered the land market or the cotton king competition. You was not really part of it. You was only the power, black power, manpower. Yeah, all that went together back then. There wasn't no separation between manpower and black power. Okay, it wasn't no difference. Yeah. Now, with that being said, marijuana has been passed as legal versus cotton being legal. Now, that's the law of America. I didn't do that. Don't try to say I'm advocating anything, because that is what came down. You can say you want people not to. That would be like saying, don't go to the gold rush. A lot of people went to the gold rush, the oil fields of this country, the gold mines of this country. But you don't need to do that, because you rather have donations. There we go again. Donations versus work. These are the things that you have to decide. And it seems like you're pretty set on it. The industry is always for those who are willing to be first. I told you, there can only be one. Just one. Head chef, President of the United States, those are only one. And it could be as high as the President of the United States or as low on the scale as the head chef. But it's all commerce when you get through with it. How you are able to survive within it, donations, I would go more with the bean pie, because through the bean pie, I'm able to get resources from companies for the ingredients of the bean pie, which in turn, you're just we're counting on someone to give you something. I'm giving. That's what I'm doing in a fair exchange of commerce. This is what people need to understand. Donations is one-sided, and then you have the hope that your goal will be reached financially. Then you have the hope of thinking that the land that you're now willing to acquire, okay, these are all hopes. I'm cooking pies right now because I'm on the phone talking to Betty Crocker. I'm on the phone talking to Pillsbury. Patty cakes. Get in with somebody if you want the bean pie. Now, like I said, I didn't give you nothing illegal. Either way you look at it, this is all legal. Bean pie, or they have a new industry in the growth of marijuana. That you ain't in on nothing but donations. That's all you're doing in the 21st century is talking about some donations. Now, that's not to down you. I'm simply saying, if I'm entering this industry of needing funds, I'm off the ground with calling. I'm getting people won't talk. Okay, call Pillsbury. We need some flour. We need some sugar. We need some, flavorings and things. I'm keeping it legal. But if all you're saying is you're wanting this large sums of money, I'm already making money through the Elders Foundation in the culinary art field. I mean, technically, if you really want to keep staying within the field, there are plenty of products made from marijuana that are part of the culinary field. Now, you don't have to take that area because I keep that very easily to show you how commerce can work completely within your blueprint. Don't take the marijuana. Okay? Don't. Nobody's trying to implement or put something on you that you feel. This is only enlightenment, that's all. In history, all time black history, I'm giving you everything that I can possibly give. Why should I have to reach in my pocket when all I have to do is open my mouth? Anything I touch, anything I think can manifest through work. Knowing how to get those resources to bring about the goal you're trying to manifest. Pillsbury, Betty Crocker, patty cakes. Who wants to do business with the Nation of Islam? You need to get out here and start working. See, I can even give it to you on a scale of the final call. Maybe you need to start at the lowest level, finding out who want to get out there and move some papers. You're not moving papers. You got subscriptions. We know this. But you have the foundations from the elders to be a news journalist, whatever. It's y'all got that going, been going. But you abandoned the culinary part. And if you went coast to coast just to show you how far behind in the culinary field, like I say, I go in the supermarket all the time and I don't see any of your products. How far behind do you feel you want to go in trying to get your goal met? I mean, it's just about, you're so far behind in that area. It's almost unreal to think that the forefathers of the Nation of Islam, who wrote the blueprint and made money legally, yet it's been abandoned. See, I can stress that a long ways, man, because something ain't right. I go in the store. Everybody shops. Your products ain't on the shelf. Are you discriminated against? I mean, why ain't your products on the shelf? Something ain't right with that, because you hear people always want to throw some type of a joke about a bean pie, but maybe people really ain't tasted a bean pie, so what you joking about? It's not a joke. It's a product I know for a fact can sell, but you've abandoned it. So I don't really know why you asking for something that you already got. And you got help with trying to get it. If you just call them. You know, hold on. Okay. Email them. You don't have to even use the phone. You can sit right there, it's done. Now that's how simple it is to earning and making monies. That is what I do. I don't ask nobody for very little. Very little. I give more than I have ever received. But it's legal. I've discussed nothing illegal. I will never mislead you. Separation between church and state. Have no fear. Your books are clean. The market is open for you. But in trying to put it together, make sure you laugh along the way. Because there can only be one. Who is going to make that pie? And can you give of yourself to get behind that person that's going to make the pie? The whole nation is waiting. Sure, no one says you don't have some cafes. I'm simply saying, at this point in history versus some of the other national culinary businesses, you're non-existent. You're not even in the game. But you asking for donations. What? Sometimes it just don't add up on the balancing scales with me. If I had half the things, accessibilities that you have, coming as you come, especially right now, I never even thought people would feel the way they feel towards your faith. You got backing wherever you look. All kinds of backing, but yet you feel that you want to go for the basic tithes, the basic donations. That's fine. That's fine. Come up with all the ingenious ideas you want for the manifestation of your donations. Go right ahead. But at some point, somebody gonna have to take them suit and ties off and go to work. Now, if you do that, always remember, the elders knew how to feed their families. That's what they knew. They set the table. Yes. See, this touches on so much. Is anybody cooking? See, are the young girls out here, are they really cooking? Or are they just microwaving everything to come in the house? Who's really cooking? That's the start right there of unity. A united family over a meal. Preparing. How do you come together? It's to the point when you come by somebody's house, I mean, are you afraid to eat from everybody? Because this was a very common thing coming up. Very common. You know, to visit and break bread. Today, nobody really even wants to eat at nobody else's house. What's up with that? But yet you say you want unity. Well, unity starts somewhere. It starts somewhere. Breaking bread. That's what Christ did. He set the table. Where you get that bread from? That wine. I didn't see him make it. He went out and had some commerce. Yeah. Everything is about commerce. Economics. So, not trying to tell anybody directly what they should do. All I asked for was an ear. And consider Black History Month 2017 could be a year that you can make a difference. Always remember, try to make a difference. Now, I'm going to have to leave right now. I'm a little over time, and I hope this reaches Minister Farrakhan and his cabinet, and people will always understand. I got a lot of stories, back in the day, but I meant well. I'm trying to bring something that people may remember me on a positive note. That's very important, that people remember you as a positive person, trying to give to a next generation some guidance, some directions, where to look, what to try in survival. So that's a long road, long road to hoe. Picking cotton versus the bean pie. I love you. May God bless you. And I am Harry Gines, the first man of reparations. Case number 99, 2055. Declared redacted. But I did not declare that status. I'm very much active in trying to reach you, and may everybody who misunderstands me learn. Stop analyzing. Listen. That's all I'm asking for. Simple listening with the ear, and you be your own judge. If I am a person that's worth listening to and giving good guidance, peace be with you.